everyone, to episode 9 of Silence of the Spiritsong. We'll be down one player this week. Kokoro, aka Caesar, has been caught in some inclement weather, so internet is not so stable for him, unfortunately. Hopefully he'll be able to join us later on tonight, but in the meantime, we'll get started. We'll start with a quick recap of what happened in our last session. First thing that happened, I think, was Soto, you had a little bit of a wake-up call from your partner, Merle, who seems a little peeved that you have lost their daughter. Actually, this is the second time Ruth has gone missing.
It's going great. He's doing really well right now.
So yeah, you're a bit in the doghouse right now. And on top of that, you were summoned to council with Elder Miko. And surprisingly, all your siblings were there. Siblings that you have not seen in quite some time, siblings that you had fallen out with and didn't necessarily want to see, perhaps, at this particular point in your life anyway. However, they seem to be in positions of power and influence now, each representing a different faction within Jowa. Your eldest, now a warden, ranger, one who protects the Dreamwood in the name of Jowa, another who is a diplomat for the crown, and your sister, who is now the new head archivist for the Luminarium, as Kieran, the previous one, has been discovered to have been poisoned and is now deceased. After a contentious council, where a couple of you at least had to face family traumas and relationships that were not perhaps the healthiest at the time, toxic perhaps, and it's probably a more accurate term. But at the end of the council, you had devised a plan, one that at least most of you could agree with. You and your group would travel to the waterfall in search of Ruth, in search of Padme, and perhaps find and unlock some secrets with respect to Koji, because that is in fact the same waterfall where he was found and brought into this story of over 1,000 years ago. In the meantime, your diplomat brother, Soto, has been sent to Datura, Enid's home in the southern range, to discover what has happened there with respect to the iron-clad legions who have increased their activity as of late in that area. And the fate of Datura is yet unknown. And your sister, along with Professor Zuko from the Luminarium, gadgeteer and Vizar of his own right, have decided to travel to the Yingxing research outpost to discover what is going on there and perhaps investigate the origin of these shells. With the council coming to a consensus in terms of course of action, you tie up your loose ends within Jowa before you set off. Tying up those loose ends apparently meant a shopping trip for wine for Kokoro, who managed to get a really good deal on some bottles of wine, charged to his parents, and delivered to Merle. Luckily for you guys, you'll be out of town when all this unfolds, so we'll see how that plan plays out in the end. But you'll be long gone by then, hopefully. A couple of you discovered, went to pay your respects to those who had passed. Kieran, your sister Delilah, Soto, back in the hole in the bowl where shrines had been erected for them, or places of remembrance for them. Kieran had not been yet laid to rest, and you managed to find their body within the morgue, for lack of a better word. You did a little bit of grave robbing. Maybe not technically grave robbing, because they weren't in the grave yet, but you did manage to relinquish some items that belonged to Kieran, including their quill, some parchment that they had upon their person, and a small box containing a mouse, which Harlow discovered was perhaps created by her father. It carried the dragonfly emblem, and it seemed quite a remarkable piece of construction, that one only that your father could possibly have pulled off. And you discovered from Professor Zuko that your father had been trying to research how to put a sentient soul within these vessels of constructs, whether it would be their own soul summoned up from to fill with this cavity within these constructs, or to fill it with another soul. That is beyond Professor Zuko and his research, but it leaves a big question mark as to what this mouse is about, why your father created it, and why it was in the possession of Kieran. So with all those loose ends tied up, you are now finally ready to depart. You're full 8 hours behind when Pookie left with Ruth. This is late afternoon now, the same day. Soto, luckily, you spent most of the day sitting in the copper vat, drinking with Meatball,
yeah.
drowning your sorrows.
Yep.
But luckily, you are not inebriated or hungover. You're still sober enough to undergo this trip, but you are 8 hours behind. And Pookie, has the ability to fly. So Pookie is flying as the crow flies towards this waterfall, assuming Pookie is headed in that direction based on the crude drawing that you found on the floor of your shed in the dirt. Trip from Jowa to that waterfall by foot will take you the better part of a week.
Oof.
If you were to fly, it would be much faster, obviously. So you wouldn't have to weave and avoid and find river crossings and whatnot in this valley. It would probably take at most 3 days by flight. So you will potentially arrive a full 4 days after Pookie and Ruth. So this is where I think we left off, and I'd asked you this question. Do you guys want to forced march this and double your movement rate? At which point, if you decide to do that, you'll be making constitution saving throws at the end of each day to see if you suffer from exhaustion. Or would you like to travel at a regular pace? Or would you like to travel at a stealthy pace where your movement is halved, but you're much less likely to be ambushed or taken by surprise?
Well, we all know who wants to zoom, but I won't dictate the rest of the party's movement because my guy wants to zoom, So I'll leave it up to the majority of the party.
Is it a situation where, just out of mechanically, the question is, are we able to pick a speed and when we think we're within a day of the final location, slow down so that we can be careful? Or is it just kind of pick one?
I can say day by day, you can make a decision as to whether or not you're going to do a forced march that day or ease your pace or whatever. But it's going to be per day.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's smart.
Okay. Yeah. I don't mind going quickly, leaving Joa, and we can kind of chat on the road. Yeah, I know Soto's worried, so I'm down to go for that.
So one other mechanic I forgot to mention: if you're doing a forced march, any perception checks or survival checks will be made at disadvantage.
Okay.
If you're going at a slow rate, it'll be made at advantage, those checks.
Gotcha.
No, I mean, going fast. We're 8 hours behind.
Sonic speed.
Yeah.
It's your kid, Soto. You decide. My lungs can keep up. I don't know about my knees.
Oof. I mean, yeah, I'm so just gonna want to go as fast as possible. So.
Yep. Let's hoof it.
All right. So, I will also say that you have enough rations to last you a week. You were Yeah. So Winnie was kind enough to provide you with enough rations for the week,
Nice.
including a healthy portion of mulled wine,
Hey.
Yay.
Discounted.
which Meatball eyes very enviously. But so you guys are good to go. You cross the West Bridge across the Silver Run and enter the Dreamwood. By this time it is dusk. You guys will be traveling forced march through the night to try and make up some speed here. Okay, this is why you're going to have to make Constitution save come the next day. Okay.
I'm so
All right, let's. All right. As you cross the Silver Run and head deep into the Dreamwood, heading north and west towards the waterfall, the roads near Jowa you're quite familiar with. But these roads crisscross throughout the Dreamwood, so you will eventually need to make survival checks to make sure you follow the right path at some point. But for now, on the first day, you're familiar enough with this immediate area of Jowa that you won't need to make those checks. As you pass west and north, you pass by some familiar landmarks. One is a swamp filled with lotus flowers. Historically, you all know that this is the site of a great battle that occurred near the Jowa Evertree 1,000 years ago. And you see, reaching up into the moonlight, these beautiful, pure white lotus flowers in the moonlight. And above them, you see tiny orbs of light. Can you all make a perception check with disadvantage for me, please, as you rush through?
Would this
lotus?
rely on sound, though? Or just sight?
It's just sight.
Well, I got a 5. It's great. Doing real great.
I got a 19.
19 with disadvantage, Harlow? That's crazy. All right.
I can't believe it.
So-
She rolls better than anyone I've ever played.
That's incredible.
All right. So as you guys are like just zipping your way through this swamp, Harley, you notice something strange, first of all. I mean, you've never really spent a lot of time here. You've spent your life on the Yingjing research outpost. You haven't really seen these kinds of fireflies, perhaps, that much out on the research outpost. This is kind of new. You've only started seeing them since you arrived here. But the ones in this swamp are a little different. As you're running through the swamp, you can kind of see that the creatures creating these lights are not, in fact, insects. They look almost like humble folk.
Oh. Hey, guys. Look at these. Not fireflies. They look like... I don't know. They look like people. Have you seen that before?
Nope.
No, can't say that I have.
I don't believe I've even read about something like that.
Me neither. I was thinking maybe it's like just a Joa thing. That's so strange. Does it look like when we're walking through the area, do they kind of move away from us as we travel, or do they sometimes get up close if we are like walking through where they are?
I'll say you guys, since you have noticed them, you slowed down enough that you don't have to make your rolls at disadvantage anymore. Go ahead and make another perception check. You all can, again. Straight roll. All right, the highest roll there is Old Bog, a 12, it looks like.
Yeah. Correct.
All right, so what it looks like as you're still moving at a good pace, jogging lightly through the swamp, it's hard that they seem just to be moving around in random, but they seem to emit, it's very much like what you see in this picture, like they glow with quite bright intensity just for a brief moment, and then they almost disappear completely. And the figures you see emitting this light are not solid. They're more like shadows within these lights, but they just seem to be moving around randomly.
And they're small, like fireflies?
They are small, they're tiny.
I'm gonna approach one, whatever the closest one to me, and see if like going up to it affects it, like if it'll skitter away or if I can get a better look at it up close. If I can approach it, I have like a next thing I'm gonna try, but I want to know what happens first.
All right, you approach the closest one to you that seems to be almost resting briefly on a petal of the lotus flower nearby, just at the edge of your path. You're able to approach it. It doesn't fly away. You're within 5 feet. What would you like to do?
I want to see, first of all, I want to see if it looks like all the different like images inside of them are different, or if it's like repeated images of like the same creatures or something like that, or if it seems like a lot of different people.
Okay, go ahead and make another perception check for me, please.
Okay.
All right, it's hard to tell. It is dark, and they really are just shadows, and they're moving quite quickly, and they're kind of appearing and disappearing.
Okay.
The only thing you can really tell for sure is that they don't look like insects. They look
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to like kind of go like this and bring out my little mouse friend. Having learned that my father built this and that he was working on like a vessel for some kind of sentient being's soul or something like that, I'm gonna kind of whisper down to the mouse and be like, if you're a soul in there, do you recognize these? Do they look like souls to you? And like kind of hold it up toward the orb.
all right. You see this tiny little light, a light from the lotus flower, approach your mouse. And your mouse kind of starts sniffing the air a little as it approaches. And as it does so, it just lets out a little squeak and tries to run back up your arm.
Ooh.
But in the meantime, the globe now sits almost at the tip of your fingers where you're holding the mouse. And you can clearly see inside of it what looks to be the shadow of a servant.
All right. I'm going to lean in. I'm going to let my little mouse get as far as it wants. And I'm going to look at it really closely and I'm going to say, are you real in there? I'm going to reach up see if it kind of wants to land in my hand.
What are the rest of you doing while you see Harlow interacting with this thing?
My perceptions were shit, so I don't think I'm doing anything.
Yeah.
I rolled a nat 1 and a 3, so
You notice Harlow's
trying to catch one. He's trying to like catch one.
okay.
But I'll stop. I'll watch what Harlow's up to.
yeah, I'm
He
just
seems to be more successful in interacting, so I'll
cautiously watching
divert my
Harlow.
attention. Yeah.
Story of my life.
Old Bog, can you quickly make just a dex check to see if you can capture one of these things?
Come on.
You got this.
Oh!
That's appropriate. That's appropriate.
I mean, you said the knees.
All right. And Soto, you're just gonna observe as well?
Yeah, his perception rolls were also kind of bad. So I think he's gonna look up at the night sky and wonder like, what is wrong with my life right now? Just recap everything that's happened in the past couple of days, like just
Okay.
within himself. Anyway, yeah. So
All right. So Harlow, as you're trying to communicate with this thing, you can see the light that this thing it's emitting suddenly grow quite bright. It's almost as if you're holding a torchlight now in your hands, and it's lighting up the entire area around you, and it seems to be attracting more of these things. And soon you find yourself almost encircled by these globes of yellowish light.
Do they seem like, is it getting too bright, or it's still like it's fine to be around?
It's considered bright light where you
Okay.
are now.
Okay. The one that I have my hand out, is it, other than getting brighter, is it making any sound, or does the image look any different, or it's just kind of the same so far?
No sound at all. It's just the only sensory type input that's changing is the brightness of this thing. It just seems to just this big bright light around you, and the rest of you see Harlow almost enveloped in these firefly-like things, surrounded by light.
I'm going to watch carefully. I'm so fascinated. Like, I've never seen anything like this. I don't want to disturb them by taking out my workbook to sketch it as it's happening, but I'm it's incredible. So I want to learn as much as I can in this moment, and I'm looking between the one in my hand and the ones in the circle, and I don't know, I'm going to try to like maybe like lift it up to see if it wants to go into the circle with the other ones, or if it's different somehow, I guess.
Make an insight check for me.
Okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Harlow, you get the sense that these creatures are drawn to you out of curiosity. You've piqued their interest by trying to interact with them, and they're kind of observing how you react. So this thing that's in your hands right now, glowing as bright as a torch, remains there, and you can see the shadowy silhouette of a servant just kind of looking at you, or it seems to anyway, for what a silhouette can look like. And as you look around and you see around you, you can see all other sorts. They're not all servant.
Mm-hmm.
There's gerbine, there's bird folk of every manner in here, mapox, and they just seem to be drawn and looking to you. And the rest of you, Harlow, you can't see this because you're almost surrounded by this globe of light now. But the rest of you see rising from the swamp more of these lights. Dozens, hundreds. And they all seem to be drawn towards you.
I'm going to, I have this sense that they're interested in us, or me in general. And I think curiosity is a virtue. So I think these are lovely, wonderful things. And I want to give them what they want. So I'm going to start speaking to this one in my hand and say, well, hello, my name is Harlow, and I'm from the Yingxing Outpost, which is very far from here. And I think you are so interesting, and I think maybe you're interested in stuff that we're doing, maybe. But if you are, if you'd like to meet my friends, they're around here somewhere. I can't really see them right now, but I bet you can. And I'm going to tell them all about my friends and just start kind of talking and be like, oh, this is Old Bog. He was standing right near me a second ago, and tell them about Old Bog and how cool and tall he is. And just like go on a whole rambling thing and try to like tell them, we're on a quest, and see if it reacts to that in any way.
Can you make another insight check for me, please?
Just info dump at the spirits. I love it.
Honestly, I'm like telling my whole life story.
The rest of you cannot see Harlow anymore. Harlow is enveloped in this globe of light now. of all these little creatures just kind of swirling around her. And then you see more rising from the swamp coming towards you. Is there anything you would like to do at this point before I tell Harlow what that insight check does?
Old Bog takes 4 steps back and puts both hands on his quarterstaff.
Stay back.
Yep, he's kind of freaked out. Never seen this before. Every problem looks like a nail, and he's got a hammer.
I just want to stand close to Harlow so that I can like shove my arm in and grab her if I have to, but not doing anything other than that.
I think Soto would probably approach where Harlow is slowly, but like not like swatting or trying to disturb the other spirits that are around or anything. But he's definitely curious.
Harlow, as you try to communicate with this thing in your hands, you hear not words in your head, but almost like emotions, conveying the warm feelings and joy of seeing a friend, or the anger and the hurt and the rage associated with seeing an enemy or foe. And with that insight check, you understand that it's trying to ask you if you're a friend or a foe. And as Old Bog, you grip your quarterstaff a little bit more tightly, raise it like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
You see a couple of globes approaching you, Old Bog, and they're moving quite quickly. What would you like to do?
Dodge. I won't swing first.
All right. They seem to be going for your hands. They will attack you at disadvantage because of your dodge.
Okay. AC 16.
Old Bog angering the spirits.
All right, that's going to be a 9. That's going to be a miss. Both misses.
How are they
So you
attacking?
see, so
They
they
trying to
approach your
zap me?
hands, and as they approach you, they get close. You can see little sparks of energy, almost like light, kind of touch your hand, which you can assume they're trying to get you to release your staff, but they miss and they hit your staff instead. But you can just hear almost like little sparks going.
Okay.
And at this exact moment, Harlow, you have both emotions kind of playing through your mind, and you can see it suddenly shifting towards the rage, anger, and hate.
Okay.
And you could see the lights around you going from this pleasant yellowish green to a more intense red.
Okay. I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to bring the orb in a little bit closer, and I'm going to say, I understand. I know what it's like to want a friend and be hurt when it turns out they aren't. If you would put a little faith in us right now, I would like to be your friend. And my friends are great people. I think that we could get along. And I'm going to say a little louder, guys, don't attack. Back off. If you can hear me. They're just looking for someone to get along with. And I'm going to see if they react at all.
Right. Can you please make a persuasion check for me?
Okay. Is this for my friends to not attack or for the...
Okay. Straight 9. You can, as you say this, it's almost as if all at once, all of these little globes just kind of alight and just go zoof, and lift off of you, away from you. They kind of flicker between yellow and red, almost like an orange color, like almost as if they're on fire now. and they circle you wildly, enveloping all of you in this like vortex of light for a brief moment before they scatter and dissipate through the swamp, leaving you alone.
What the hell was that?
Spirits, I think. They were missing something and scared, but
They hurt you?
no.
Can you all please make a religion check for me? Enid, when you hear Harlow say the word spirit, it's a bit of a red flag goes up in the back of your mind saying, spirits should not exist of this nature unless they're fey or perhaps, but this doesn't seem to mesh. There's something off about these spirits.
Off like something that could have been a consequence of the breaking of the Spiritsong, or off in that definition just doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, when you think of the word spirit, what does that mean? There are two different connotations here. One could be like fey, wildlife, kind of spirits of nature almost. And another could be spirits in the undead sense. And just that red flag going off in the back of your head kind of tells you these are probably the latter, just because of where you are and the silence of the Spiritsong.
Hello, darling. I think it's best to just be careful. Not saying not to touch the bright, shiny things, but just be careful as we move forward.
That's probably smart. These ones just seemed sad. If they're dangerous, I don't know. I just felt bad for them. But I guess they're gone now.
Definitely gone. Sometimes things get lost in translation between planes.
Interesting. I'm going to take out my workbook and make a note in there for myself. I'm going to kind of like do a quick sketch of like the Serban sort of smoky darkness in the orb thing, and I'm going to note down what I remember, but I'm also going to, when I think Enid isn't looking, flip to a page with like my mouse stuff and note what she said about like spirits and the planes and things getting lost in translation, because I'm like trying to understand my mouse situation a little bit, and I'm like,
With my perception checks, I'm not looking.
All right. So after the swamp falls into darkness and all these globes of light that were there just moments ago have vanished, you pick up the pace once more and you travel through the Dreamwood as quickly as you can in the darkness of night. As dawn approaches, I need you each to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh,
God.
one.
Okay.
Please don't be bad. Come on!
Check.
Oh, come on! No.
Wait.
No.
I told you my knees weren't hold up.
Oh, no. So bad.
That's not what I wanted! I'm doing a con check.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh no, these are bad.
Oh, it's over here, because I'm a dummy.
All right.
Yeah, you're
Enid.
on your knees, man.
It was a 14 plus 2, 16.
All
But
right.
I
So
rolled at
Enid,
disadvantage just in case.
you are the only one who has not exhausted. Everyone else, please take one level of exhaustion. I am going to roll for Kokoro.
Me.
Or
all that.
do one of you want to roll for him?
Oh, I don't want that responsibility.
Nope.
That's the one good roll I'm gonna have all night. Trust me.
Okay, I'll roll for him.
Yeah, I don't want to have Caesar hate me.
Yep, that's good enough. DC was 10. So he staves off exhaustion. So with 3 of you exhausted at the hours just before dawn, I need you all to make perception checks at disadvantage, please.
With sight again.
Yes.
Oh,
man.
man.
Actually, sound would work too. So Enid, you can roll make a straight roll.
Well, it was still terrible. It was a 4.
Nat 1.
It was a 5.
Wow. We're doing
Oh.
great.
Boy, okay. So you guys have been traveling hard and fast through this night,
The mission.
going as fast as your old knees can take you, for some of you. And it is now the break of dawn, maybe 4 o'clock in the morning, the darkest, coldest time of the night. At this point, you've been traveling all night long and you are weary from the travel. You can barely keep your eyes open. So much so that you fail to see the light ahead of you. You fail to hear the voices talking ahead of you. And you stumble upon a little camp.
Let them be friendly at least.
Oh gosh.
I'm thinking
Got a map.
not.
Yeah, not friendly, guys.
I
And
could hope, you know?
because you guys failed your perception checks, I'm going to move you guys all the way up here because you guys basically stumbled right into them.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh,
And you
God.
see 3 individuals sitting around the fire. Look up a little surprised to see you. They are all servant. They wear robes, white, with emblems of flames, just kind of written like all over them, embroidered all over their robes.
Old dog gets triggered.
Oh no, tree. No.
They look up at you, and the only words you hear before we're going to roll for initiative is, "Oh, I love the way Shady Grove burned. I want to see that again."
Oh my God.
No, that's so mean.
All right, so we are going to go straight into initiative here because you guys just kind of stumbled right into their camp.
Mm,
Okay. Kokoro goes first. He will hold his action. That brings us to Soto.
oh, great. Cool.
You can see as you kind of stumble into their camp and they say this, they all stand up and draw daggers.
Oh, okay. Well,
You also see them, they draw a dagger in one hand and in the other, you can see their hands kind of rise up and flames kind of flicker between their fingers.
I hope they don't explode like the last ones did. That wasn't cool. Okay, 45 feet.
And crossing this river is going to be difficult terrain unless you use the stepping stones.
I'm just going to have him move over here.
All right.
He can at least draw their fire away or something. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna move him right here.
Okay. And for your action,
no, I'm just gonna. That's it.
you don't want to dodge or anything?
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, let's just dodge. My brain is not working. Let us use the dodge action. Great idea.
Okay. Harlow, you're up.
I think I'd like to probably move just over enough so that I can see like get a straight kind of line of sight. And I'm going to use my lightning tether on the one that's closer and the one on kind of like a diagonal with it.
Okay. Go ahead and target those two and cast. Use your lightning tether.
Nice.
All right. So those two are tethered together. Looks like I need to make saving throws for them next round, right?
Yeah, at the end of their turns, I think. It might also
Okay.
be my turn, each of my turns. So at the end of my turn, they both need to succeed on strength.
All right. Is it the end of your turn? Or did you want to move someplace else, or you already moved?
Yeah, I moved already. I don't really have any bonus actions to do. So yeah, I think that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. So they'll make their strength saving throws.
They have to beat a 12.
Pluses.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one did, and the farther one, they both did.
It's okay.
That's too bad.
All right.
They're
So
still,
they both.
Yeah, if they try to move away from each other, they're still moving at half movement.
Okay. Well, it is now their turn. And you realize that those three are not the only ones around.
Oh no.
No.
There were some on lookout above you,
Oh no.
for a total of 6 of them. And they will all go now.
Okay.
Soto,
Yes.
you are going to be the target of this first one's firebolt.
That's rude. I did take dodge action though.
Oh, okay, so I should put the dodge effect on you. All right, you are now dodging. Look at you go. Look at you go.
Nice. That's pretty good.
He'll attack with the firebolt. That's going to be a miss.
Indeed.
All right, so that is his turn. This one. Who's this one up front here?
Old dog.
Oh, Bog, you're going to get the brunt of it.
Okay. Bring it.
All right, here we go. First firebolt on Old Bog.
AC 16.
That's a miss. Second firebolt on Old Bog.
Hit.
Does the
Yeah.
grand total of 1 point of damage. Just kind of
man.
singes the fur.
Zing. All right.
All right. And these 3 guys will use their action to put up a shield. That brings us to
Is
Old
Old
Bog.
Bog supposed to be glowing?
Something's up with old Bog, but all right.
Oh, I had targeted when I put the shield of faith on. Hold on.
Super Saiyan Old Bog.
Sorry, Old Bog.
Sitting
You've
there
got
thinking, like,
massive
wait a minute. Are they friends?
Old Bog has secrets.
My AC is now 22.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, that would have been
Got the
Oh
really
no,
wrong
thank you.
We should keep it. Yeah, I think we should keep it.
shield of faith on the wrong dude.
He was ascending
All right.
to tier 3 Old Bog.
I finally.
All right, Old Bog. What do you want to do? I'm going to recast this properly here.
All right. Bad knees be damned. I'm hopping across these stepping stones like a young buck.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
5. Come on. Get to this guy. And I have something called antler bonus action. If you move at least 20 feet, it says in a straight line. I got to move in a straight line. So 5, 10. Is that like kind of a straight line? 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, that's straight enough. All right. If I move, because I've never get to use this feature. All right. If you move at least 20 feet in a straight line towards your opponent, you can spend a bonus action to charge them, dealing an extra d6 of piercing damage from my antler attack. So here's a bonus action antler attack on that guy.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh.
Fudge. All right. So much for that. Wah, wah.
You tried.
End of turn.
He's just warming up.
Hey, Enid, you're up.
I mean, yeah. I'm gonna hit this one behind me with Witch Bolt. Hopefully. That's the idea. Well, alright then.
Hey,
Okay.
All right, you got the witch bolt on him.
love it.
And then I'd like to... Can I hide, like, in this brush? Or just, like get
can
as
take some
close
cover.
to the side so that he'll have to,
Sure.
like, really, like...
Sure, I'll give you like +2 AC for hiding in that bush and behind some rocks.
But, like, not prone, right?
Yep, not prone.
Just, I'm gonna hide right there.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
done.
End of turn for Enid. All right. Next turn, Kokoro. Yeah, what he'll do, he'll hurl some insults at the dude on top above
Nice.
you as well.
I love it.
Just mockery.
E.
Nice.
All right, made a saving throw. And he'll do it again since it's the beginning of next turn. All right, he got him this time.
Hey.
He has been sufficiently mocked. Soto, what would you like to do?
Okay, so is this one here, is it standing like relatively close to the edge? Or not really?
Yeah, he's like right on the edge of the thing. He's 20 feet up.
My idea was I throw the boomerang at him, see if it can knock him off balance, therefore he tumbles to the ground. That was just my idea, but I don't know if it's gonna work. But that's what I'm gonna try.
I'll say you can do that with a critical hit. I'll let you do that with the if
Oh,
you do roll in that 20.
Okay, that's valid. I don't think I'm gonna roll in that 20, but yeah, we're still gonna attack this one with the boomerang. Wow, that's
That's gonna hit.
okay. 5 damage.
All right. Yeah, all right. That devotee is looking a little banged up.
Good.
Takes us to Harlow.
Okay. I am going to use my nail launcher since I'm concentrating for the other thing. I'm going to aim at this guy with my nail launcher because he's standing in front of like a tree. And I'm hoping like if I can kind of like stick him to it.
Nail him to the tree. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Anything else from Harlow?
Yes. So for my bonus action, I may not need it actually. Let me double check. Okay, I can move 30 feet. I don't really want to split up too far though. I think I might I'm going to come over here near Soto and kind of stand on the other side. Sort of like that.
All right. So you wade into the water a little bit. Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize that was water. Okay, sorry. I thought that was rock. I bet. I'll be like this, still on the edge.
Okay. All right. It is now bad guys' turns. They have to make strength saving throws, right? These two?
Yes.
First one in front of Old Bog makes it. The other one, not 20. Wow, that's loud. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so they both make it. And they will now go. This one. Since you are standing right in front of him, Old Bog, he's going to reach out to you and attempt to do inflict wounds on you.
17 hits.
17 points of damage.
All right, so that does 17 points of damage. So that is going to kick in my Surge of Vigor.
All right, go ahead and recover some HP.
10.
This one is going to try and command you, Old Bog. He looks at you, holds up his dagger in one hand, holds a ball of fire in the other, and with a commanding voice, orders you to kneel. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fudge.
All right. So, old Bog, you take a knee and you are now prone.
Okay.
Then this guy here, going to do the same kind of thing, command him to flee. So I'll get him make a saving throw for Kokoro. He makes it, and he resists the command to flee. All right, so Enid, you're a little tucked away behind the rocks there, so not giving this guy much to shoot at, but he did not like being hit by the boomerang, Soto, so he will target you with a firebolt. Oh, actually. He's actually first going to summon a spiritual weapon.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say you freaking crit me or something.
No. So a magical flaming sword appears behind you, Soto.
Oh, that's nice. Yes.
And he will attack with that first as his bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
You get +3 to this roll. So does a 15 hit?
Yeah, it meets it.
All right, so he'll do 5 points of damage to you with his spiritual weapon.
5? Okay.
And then he'll use a cantrip to fire the firebolt at you on top of that. 5 points of fire damage.
Wait, it says that I can use a reaction to deflect missiles.
This is not a missile.
Yeah, I don't know why that came up. Anyway. Foundry's trying to be helpful, but it's just wrong. It's fine.
So with Old Bog kneeling, that's not going to be a good target for them. Actually, that's not necessarily true. They will also summon spiritual weapons. One behind you, Old Bog, and one right there. So 2 attacks on Old Bog with advantage. First attack. Hit, and that'll be for 9 points of damage. Second attack is going to hit for 3 points of damage. And then they will shoot their firebolts at you, Harlow, to try and break your concentration on your lightning tether. Ouch. You're still good. Okay. So the second one, launches a firebolt at you. I think that's going to miss. Yep.
Ooh.
Goes wide. And that is it for them. And that brings us to, I think that's Old Bog.
Grovel is drop prone and end my turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Enid.
I'm going to end concentration on Witch Bolt.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna run up here, I guess. How far? Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna dulcet tones this dude.
Okay.
The one holding concentration on command.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna sing him a nice little songy song.
The concentration is on their shield of faith. Command is not a concentration.
Oh, you're right, command. Okay. Well, we'll just keep going. This is what I said I was gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah. So he has to make a wisdom save against my DC, which is 13.
All right. It's this guy here?
The one closest across the river from me.
Oh, the one closest to the river. Okay. That guy. Okay. I'll make a wisdom save for him. That's going to fail.
So he's incapacitated.
Incapacitated. Oh, this is dulcet tones. Nice. Okay.
Incapacitated, and what else is it? Pacified.
All right. Incapacity can no longer concentrate. So his shield of faith is down too. Okay.
Yippity-doo-dah, yippity-day.
That it for Enid.
Yeah.
All right. At the start of the next round,
Oh no.
can you all make perception checks with disadvantage?
Is it sound?
Except Enid.
Also, I would like to move back on that turn.
Okay.
I forgot to say that. I just wanted to. How do I get back to just the hand? No, sorry. I raised my hand. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm just really bad at this. Just move back to like there. Perception. Normal perception.
Okay. Soto.
Yes.
In the heat of this battle, which frankly is not really going well for you guys right now, you hear what sounds to be the wind picking up in this little gully. You hear the bamboo trees around you suddenly start to rustle and wave wildly. But strangely, on top of that, you hear what sounds to be the sound of a voice speaking in a strange language carried by the wind. Now I will introduce some more creatures to the map.
Okay.
Oh boy.
As long as they're nice creatures. Cool. You never know.
You see these trees
Ooh.
come
Wow.
alive.
Hey.
Awesome.
Put them into combat here. Okay. -1 initiative. Nice. Okay.
They're trying. They're really big. They're having a hard time. That's yeah.
All right. I'm going to see if Kokoro has healing word. Just to see if he can help someone out here. He does, in fact, have healing word. So he will cast healing word on you, Old Bog. And on top of that, he will give you inspiration. So that is Kokoro's turn. Soto, you're up.
Cool. Yeah, we're gonna try and just wheel on this one with the boomerang again.
Okay. Oh, almost in that 20.
Almost in that. Yeah, almost. Not quite. That's okay.
All right. So you whack him a bit more with another boomerang shot. Kind of glances off his forehead. He's looking a little annoyed, wounded, and a little uncertain with this giant tree moving behind him now. Anything else from Soto?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have him. Wait, if I move, does that trigger an opportunity attack from the spiritual weapon?
No, it will not.
Oh, well, that's good. Oh, cool. I'm leaving then. I'm just going to have him move in front of where Kokoro is.
All right.
And that should be it.
Okay. Harlow.
Okay. This guy up on the ledge, like right kind of behind me. Do I have a clear like view of him from below?
Yeah, he's kind of looking over the edge, like launching firebolts at you. So
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna try to hit him with my nail launcher, and since he's right beside this tree, I'm gonna try to like hit him to it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For 1 point of damage. And does he get a saving throw for that, or is he just nailed?
If I succeed in hitting it and it happens to be located next to a solid surface, then I can just decide if I wanted to attach it or not. It has to be like a medium or smaller creature that I do it to.
That's your nailing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he is now nailed to this moving, living tree.
He's grappled, so it makes a check against my Fizz crafting DC to like get free.
Okay, but he starts his turn grappled. Okay.
Yes. So then, I'm going to move. You said the spiritual weapon doesn't get an opportunity attack on me?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to move. Oops. 1, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to bonus action for my swift wheelers and go around you guys. 5, 10, 15. Just over here. Okay. And I'm going to end my turn there. So then these guys have to do their check to see if they get pulled.
All right.
This guy that's incapacitated, does he get disadvantage?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Strength. The one in front of Old Bog fails. And this guy here, no.
Okay, so the one that failed gets dragged 10 feet toward the other one.
Right. Since they're both right beside each other and they both failed.
So they both take 2d6 lightning damage and 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
All right. Go ahead and roll those 4d6 for me, please. And does the tether then end?
It ends when they hit each other, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Okay, so this will be lightning damage. They both take that.
Okay.
And then they both take lightning damage, this value.
So a total of 15 points of damage to each of them.
Yes.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
Finally got to use lightning tether.
All right. And the lightning tether drops from that.
Cool.
Okay. Anything else from Harlow? That was your end of turn, right?
That's it, yeah.
Okay. It is now their turn.
And he's no longer incapacitated, by the way, because he took damage.
Okay. Okay. I'll get rid of that. What can they do? So this guy's going to turn around and attack this guy. The tree that is now behind him. Try to attack. Inflict wounds on it. All right. The tree takes 16 points of necrotic damage. This guy's going to do the same thing. Try and deal with the tree that's behind him. To miss. This one in front of Old Bog. He's going to let the sword attack. And he's going to focus on this big ass tree beside you. Same with this one. This guy here. Oh, what's he going to do? He's going to probably attack someone on the other side of the river. Soto.
Hello.
You look like a nice target.
Oh, that's nice.
Cast a firebolt at you.
No! What the heck? That is rude.
That's rough.
It's extremely
That's
rude.
loud. So, 2 1s?
So-
Really?
Oh, nice. Let's go.
Oh, well, that's so sad.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
And this last dude up here, he's going to turn around and fire a bolt at this tree that's coming at him, and that's going to miss. All right. And then the little swordies will go on their bonus actions.
Now these are at advantage. I'm on the ground.
Yep. So this one's going to zip across here and attack you, Soto.
What?
First, I'll do that one.
I'm offended.
I'm offended. Miss.
Does a 14 hit?
Nope. AC 15.
All right. Swing and a miss on that sword. And on Old Bog. Vantage. First attack
Ooh.
is going to be a 16.
That hits.
So 2 points of damage.
Okay.
These guys. How many ones can they roll on their damage? And this is going to be a miss. All right. And that is it for the servants. Old Bog.
Am I still next to a baddie?
You are indeed.
right.
You want to get up first?
Yeah, I'll stand. That's
Okay.
half my movement, so I only have 1 level of exhaustion, so my movement's not affected.
Right.
Stand and swing my quarterstaff.
Okay.
And I think that's a straight roll.
All right. That's a 22 for 5 points of damage on the one right in front of you.
All right. Battle Master, 1 superiority die, and I'm going to do a grappling strike. So I will do a bonus action grapple attack. That's at disadvantage because I'm at disadvantage because I'm exhausted. So here's the grapple attack, but I can add my superiority die to this. I need to. 14 is the athletics. And yeah, I'm going to add my superiority die to that. That's the whole idea.
It's a D8. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay. You only roll one of them at a time, though, right?
Right. Yes.
Unless
Yeah.
Okay.
Four of them. Did it roll a D8?
it rolled actually 4 D8.
Oh, well, the first one was a 1.
First one.
So
We'll take the first one then.
So that takes my grapple to a 15.
All
Do I
right.
want to Bardic that? Yeah, I'll Bardic it. I
Okay.
really want to grapple this guy. So what's the Bardic?
The Bardic should be a D6.
So 15 takes my grapple to 17.
17. All right. I'm going to take that inspiration off of you.
Okay.
So 17. This guy needs to be the 17 on his athletics.
Yep.
Big old 2.
Oh, good.
Or a 4. That's not going to do it.
So I've grappled him,
Yes, you have.
and I still have movement left. I'd like to move him on top of the campfire.
You're going to burn the fire acolyte. Okay.
I am, yes.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So he's plopped on top of the fire. You throw him
All
onto the fire.
Exactly. All right, so that's all my jazz. I'm going to refresh my screen, but that should be my turn.
Okay. Enid.
Can I see this dude up on the hill?
Behind
Or
you?
do I have to come out?
You can see him, but just like you have +2, he has +2. Just to his AC.
I really don't have anything else, so we might as well. Unless
He's the one that's grappled also still.
behind me?
Yeah, I nailed him to
this guy
the
here.
tree.
Yeah, this guy's nailed to the tree.
He's nailed to the tree. Okay. Well, then let's just go for it. I'm gonna do Witch Bolt again. Use another slot.
Oh, that's going to hit.
Worth it. Okay.
Another 8 points of damage on him. And you're concentrating, and this guy is in rough shape now.
Yee.
Enid, is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I was gonna ask how I could get rid of the raised hand, but now it's gone. So
All right.
that's it.
All right. It is now the tree's turn. So this guy who is nailed to him is just going to rip him off and try to slam him, or throw him over the edge, basically.
He stole my idea.
Yeah.
He'll just do this like a slam attack on him. Let's see.
Nice.
Mhm. Whoa.
Oh,
All right. Yeah.
my.
So he just takes this devotee that's nailed to him, just kind of rips him off, basically just rips him in half. And yeah, that is all he can. He can't really move down this slope. So this guy's going to move up and try to do the same thing to this dude here. Nope. Going to miss. This one is going to attack this guy. Hurts him quite badly, but he's still up. Last one. 18 points. And it is now the next round. Yeah. -1. No one's moving slower than a -1. At the beginning of the next round, you all see appear at the top of this little waterfall the biggest grizzly bear.
My God, it's getting crazy.
It looks the fur on it looks a little gray. It's you can tell from the grayish fur that it is an older bear, but it has upon it like battle scars from having fought many battles, and it just kind of appears at the top of this waterfall and lets out an enormous roar. Kokoro, Old Bog, how's Old Bog doing? Need another healing word?
Yeah, couldn't hurt.
All right. Kokoro will throw another healing word your way, since you seem to be tanking 3 of them by yourself over there. All right. 7 points of healing.
Thank you, Kokoro.
And he will give you another bardic on top of that.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you, Kokoro.
All right. And that is Kokoro's turn. Soto.
Yeah, I have an unorthodox movement question. So, just so Old Bog isn't tanking everything by himself over here, if I want to get to this spot over here, and it's 30 feet away, regular, but you said that most of it was difficult terrain. So from here to here, 20 feet of difficult terrain.
Yep.
How much regular movement would I have to use up to cross the river? Basically, I don't want to take this way because there's too much stuff in the way.
So you want to end up here?
I want to end up over there, yes.
So 5, 10, 20. You get here with 30 feet of movement.
Okay, so that works out because I want to use a key point to use Step at the Wind.
Hey.
So that should give me my movement speed is 40, so that should give me 80.
Oh,
right?
It's 40?
Yeah.
10, 20, 30. So 40 feet of movement will get you there.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to dash anyway, so I can get over here just fine?
Yep, that'll take 45 feet of movement to get
Okay,
you
yeah,
there.
then I'm going to do that then.
Okay.
Pull that anyway. Okay, so yeah, Soto's going to say screw the rocks and just go over here. And then I still have some movement left. So we're going to go up to this one right here. And we're going to unarmed strike. This one right here.
Okay.
Nice. Bug grins, a grizzly grin when he sees Stoto show up. We got this.
I don't know about that, but...
Oh, no.
Well, you know, he's trying. He's trying his best over here. I'm going to assume 11 does not hit.
No, it does not.
Yeah,
All right.
But it's you know, it's a thought that counts. So that's my
You're over there.
Yep.
You're over there now.
Mhm.
And that brings us to Harlow.
Okay. I think I'm going to move closer as well. I think what I'll do is lightning tether these 2 creatures.
All right. Those 2 are tethered.
Gotcha. Okay. And then if I dash, do I get, how much movement do you get again from that?
Is it not an action to use your lightning tether?
I can bonus action with my swift wheelers, so I just wanted to figure out how much extra movement I would get.
Okay. And what's your normal movement? 30?
30.
So you get another 30 feet. So you get a total of 60 feet.
Okay. So I'm going to use the swift wheelers, and I'm going to move. I'm also immune to difficult terrain when I use them. That's where I'm going to end my turn. So then these 2 guys will do their strength check.
Okay. First one, the one on the ground.
Fails.
Fails. And the one on the cliff fails.
Okay.
So they're pulled 10 feet towards each other?
Yes, they're each pulled 10 feet Yeah. So
All
I
right.
guess this one.
This guy is pulled this way. This one is pulled that way. They don't quite collide yet. I guess they'll collide next turn. But this guy is going to make a dex save because he's being pulled down a cliff.
That was my hoping would. You know what I'm trying to say.
Fails his dex save, so he will take some bludgeoning damage.
Well, at least some people are falling off cliffs, if not by my hand. It's fine.
All right. So he takes 5 points of bludgeoning as he's yanked off this cliff by your lightning tether. All right. Anything else from Harlow?
No, that's the end of my turn.
All right. It is now their turn. This guy's concentrating on his shield of faith. Okay. No, he didn't take any damage yet. All right. So I'm going to. That guy's dead down there. This guy here is going to try and inflict wounds on that tree again. It's going to be a miss. This guy is who's starting his turn in the fire. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me, please, Old Bog, to see how much fire damage he takes.
Flames!
3.
Woo!
3 points of fire. All right.
Oh, interesting.
As he's burning slightly in this nice little campfire, and he's grappled still, right?
Interesting.
Okay. So he is standing in this fire. He will not get out of it, though. He seems to be happy in it.
So am I.
And he says, powers of the eternal flame, let me seek vengeance upon those who would desecrate your servant. And he reaches out and tries to slap you.
Okay.
Old Bog buffs the enemy.
Oh, man. Like, oh.
Oh, and he misses.
Big time.
All right. This one's going to turn and attack you, Soto, the one that you moved up on.
Mm-hmm. Misses.
That's going to be a miss. All right. And as these guys are being yanked towards one another, they'll just throw down some firebolts at you all. Harlow, you're the one that instigated this lightning tether, so they'll target you.
Okay.
First firebolt. Ouch.
Oh, no. I'm dead for sure.
Oh, don't say that.
What?
Oh, what?
I'm down.
Oh,
Holy moly.
Harlow is down. And the lightning tether drops.
Holy cow.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh. Go-grow.
And the second one is going to go for Soto. The firebolt.
I accept this. Hits me this time. Aha! Haha!
How many times have I rolled 1 for damage? Okay.
Yeah.
Except when I hit Harlow. Sorry, Harlow.
Yeah, jeez.
You know, when I don't have a lot of hit points, you gotta use them, right?
Old Bog, you're going to get 2 attacks from these flaming swords.
Okay.
They're just regular old attacks. With +3 on the d20. That's going to be a miss.
Yes.
Second one is going to be a 14.
That's a miss. AC 16.
That's a miss. All right. And that is their turns. Old Bog.
All right, so I'm holding this guy over the flames, and he's cackling, and so am I. I will headbutt him with my antler action.
Truly unhinged.
Yep.
Truly.
Oh, nice. Nicely done.
Let's go.
10 points of damage on this dude in the flames.
Yep.
Tell me, how do you kill this devotee.
I'm holding him in the flames, and I headbutt him, and my antlers poke his eyeballs out.
I like it.
and then I drop him, and he just crunkles into the flames.
Yeah.
Nice. And one of these guys just pops out. All right.
And I will move an action surge.
Oh, old bug. Go for it.
Pop it off.
There we go. 1, 2, and I will resume my baseball swings on this guy.
All right.
So
I'm going to give you advantage because flanking with Soto.
Ooh, all right, cool. There's action surge and swing with advantage on that guy. Quarterstaff, advantage, swing.
That's 22 is going to hit for 8
All right.
points of damage.
Old bog popping off.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Woo,
I told you.
And, and that's my turn.
Okay. Enid.
50. I can get to here with a dash action. And I
Okay.
guess that's the best I can do.
Okay. The brown bear will go. Okay, so this bear pounces off the waterfall, lands with a thunderous splash at the base of it, and comes thundering towards you. It's right behind you, Enid.
Oh.
But it used its dash to get there. Cannot do anything. Trees will now go. I just want to check the reach of their attacks. 10 feet. All right. So this guy can come to the edge, reach over the edge, and try and pummel that guy. Bruises him pretty badly. This guy cannot climb the thing. Is there? And that guy's dead. So he'll just reach in for this dude here.
Oh,
All right.
man.
He just rips that guy apart.
Hey.
And this one here, we'll try and slam that guy.
Yeah, go trees go.
All right, he's still up. All right. Next round. Top of the order. Kokoro. He's going to do a healing word on Harlow.
Nice.
Hooray.
Goes back up.
Ta-da.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He'll move up to the bear here. That's all he'll do. Soto.
Yeah, I was gonna help up Harlow, but our buddy Kokoro already did that, so just checking. He's 50 feet away. And I'm gonna use the help out this tree over here. Use the boomerang on this one here. Oh, cool. 10 probably does not hit, right?
No, sorry, it did not.
Bonus action. I thought key points were restored on long rest, but no, they're on short rest. So I'm going to bonus action use patient defense and take the dodge action, and I'm going to mark myself as dodging just in case.
Nice. Okay.
That is all.
Harlow, you are back up and conscious. However, you are prone.
Okay. Standing up from prone uses like half movement.
Correct.
Okay. So I think I'll stand up.
Okay.
And then this bear seems friendly so far, or I guess I was unconscious, so I had no idea.
Hopefully.
We don't know yet.
Yeah. I'm just gonna lightning tether these guys back together.
Okay, the last two that
Yeah.
are alive. All right. Do you want me to do it for you again, or do you want to do it? Oh, no, there's 3 of them alive. Sorry.
It's the one
My
on the left.
Is it the one? Yeah. Let me see. What's the distance there?
There's these 2 over here, and then there's this one over here.
Okay. So I can still reach that guy, but the tree will probably fight it from what I've seen so far. So I'm gonna try to do these two that are here close to me together. Because if either of them fails, then they will hit right away. Yeah, and then I will lightning tether. And that's my last use of it.
Stuck
And then-
together,
Okay.
and they're about to collide.
And then I think I will move just a little bit farther away. Maybe here. So I'm not like in the water, but have a bit more distance.
Okay.
Um,
And they'll make their strength saving throws then.
yeah.
First one fails.
Ooh.
Second one
I like that.
fails.
Nice.
Oh.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage.
They both take this much lightning damage, 6 lightning damage,
Mhm.
and they take this much bludgeoning.
Oh,
16
Yeah.
points of
Okay.
damage
awesome.
Huge.
as they go careening into one another. So the top one here, the one on the right, dead.
Ooh, okay.
And this one here, I just have to make a quick Constitution save for him. He makes it, but the lightning tether drops from him.
Okay.
Okay, he's still alive though. Nice. That
Is he
leaves
on a
only
le-
2 left.
Is he on a ledge up there?
He is on a ledge. He's about 10 feet above you.
Still
Okay.
gunning for the nat 20. It's not going to happen, but I can hope.
All right, it is now their turn. This guy's going to first try to corrupt this tree here with his necrotic damage. Last ditch effort here. You can see a piece of this ancient tree, just kind of one of its large boughs, just kind of blacken and wither and kind of rot away and fall off. It's looking pretty beat up now, this tree as well. Those two are slugging it out. This guy here, stuck on a ledge between 2 angry trees. Neither of them can reach him. He's out of reach for both of the trees. So he's just sitting pretty up there. He's just going to start taking pot shots at you guys down below. Old Bog, you're the closest one.
All right.
Fire a firebolt down at you.
All right.
Ha!
That one.
Someone.
Ooh, max damage.
Now I
too.
roll 10 damage. Now I roll 10. Nice. Okay. All right. That brings us to Old Bog, I believe.
All right. Does it look like the tree can lift me up onto that ledge? It's out of its range, right? Only has 10 feet range.
It only has 10-foot range, yeah.
All right.
But it could,
It
if you
could
wanted
It lift me
to.
to here, right? It could lift me to here.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I will get my bat up and motion to the tree to lift me up. So I will ready a swing on the tree's turn. If the tree can lift me to here, then my
Mhm.
readied action will go off.
Okay.
Huge.
How would you like to communicate to the tree to tell you to lift you up?
Look back at it and then look up to where I want it to lift me, and it's just gonna know. It's just gonna know. It's gonna feel my vibe. Like I'm just gonna talk with my eyes, and it's just gonna know.
Tree works for Old Bog.
Okay, I'm going to let you roll either persuasion or a
Okay.
nature check.
All right, nature. And I have a.
All right.
Oh wait, what was the other one? Persuasion.
Yeah.
They're both -1.
Oh no.
Oh, I got to roll with disadvantage.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh,
all
that's.
right, I got to roll because
Oh,
of
that's not- Yeah.
because of
Oh, hey.
Good rolls.
Oh.
rolls.
You have
And,
a bardic.
Yeah, I'll put my bardic on it. D6 for the bardic.
Yep.
All right, so the lower of 14 goes to a 15.
You DC was a 15, so you got it.
Awesome.
All right. So I'll take the inspired off you once more, but you have the tree doesn't have a face or kind of anything on it, just these branches and stuff, but it just kind of turns its massive trunk towards you. And you just see it kind of at the top of its crown just kind of nod a little in understanding of what you're trying to do. And it starts to reach down with a massive bow.
Awesome.
That's great.
Enid.
Don't have anything. Oh, that's easy. This is dumb. But I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at the fire acolyte because
Okay.
why not?
Why not?
Fire with fire.
The old bog did it, so.
Fire with fire.
Which one are you firing at?
The one on the legend. That's no.
Oh, this.
Okay.
The over this way.
Okay. 7, sorry, is going to miss.
No, it just totally whiffed it. Is this count as still difficult terrain right there?
No, you're good there.
Okay, so that's 10, 25. That's all I.
Oh, you move away from the bear?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was a nice bear.
Okay.
This is also a test of that. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
It does not attack. It just kind of looks towards you, but you can see it just from the direction it is like bounding. It is heading in the same direction as you.
Okay.
All right. It is now its turn.
Nice bear. Oh.
You see the bear coming right behind you guys and just start trampling on the devotee in the fire. And he's tramped just up and down, just kind of rearing up on its hind legs and coming crashing down on it, just stomping this thing, pulverizing it into the dirt. And at the same time, it is extinguishing the flame.
Uh-oh.
Maybe that's
The campfire
good.
is now out. The trees will now go. This tree swings down low, reaches out a branch to wrap around your waist, all bog, and then just lifts you, not so gently, up onto the ledge.
Nice.
All right. And I got now my ready action goes off, but I swing at disadvantage because the lights went out.
Yep.
Quarterstaff, advantage.
Oh, nice! Old bog is on fire today.
11, and I will goading attack.
Oh, you don't need to. This guy only had 2 hit points left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kill.
Tell me how you want to kill this guy.
Wow.
Just baseball bat swing, and he lands in the river. I just launch him off this ledge. He goes flying and splashes into the river.
All right, just goes flying over your heads, Enid, and Soda, and lands with a splash at them.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
All right, and this other tree is just going to try and smash this last guy.
Come on.
Ooh.
Big tree. Oh, come on. Yeah.
That
Nature.
And you guys have defeated the band of devotees
Nature.
in combat there.
Nature.
All right, and I will get rid of this hostile music.
Old bog man. He was not messing around.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought I was a goner there for a second.
Dramatically appropriate.
Yeah, but that was awesome.
So, with the last of these servant devotees just ripped apart and destroyed, you can see the trees retreating back into where they came from. and resume their treeness. And you now have this enormous grizzly bear in the middle of their former camp, just looking at you. I'm going to ask you guys to make a perception check at disadvantage, please. Except Enid. Toto.
He heard the voices.
Toto.
You look at this bear, just breathing heavily. You can still see the anger in it, as it just kind of just one last stomp just kind of crushes the head of this devotee into the dirt, and it's just looking at you, just huffing a bit, and you see it looking at you with great intelligence, more than you would attribute to a wild animal.
Okay. I think because he heard those voices on the wind during the battle, he's probably like, this might have something to do with this bear. So I think he's going to present himself in front of the bear, maybe just do like a slight bow, and then ask, I heard voices on the wind, and then you came to help us. Was that your doing?
It looks at you, kind of cocks its head, and you can see the rage slowly leaving its face, and its body, just these massive muscles just start to relax a little bit. Then it turns to face you, Enid, and with a massive muzzle, just starts to, with its massive nose, just inches from it starts to sniff you.
Do I have any berries in my bag?
You probably do, yeah. When
I
you might
just
have
want
packed
to
some.
take a massive handful of berries. Just like, you're so cute. Look at you, you're so cute. And just give it a big handful of berries.
Oh, it's so cute!
You found the soft side of Enid. Loves
The
animals.
bear doesn't eat your berries, but just kind of sits back on its haunches. Now this massive bear just sitting on its ass, like in front of you, just looking at you, and you swear it is smiling. And then it gets up and starts walking away, but it pauses when it travels maybe 20 feet away, stops, looks over its shoulder, and you get the distinct impression that it wants you to follow.
Yeah, I'll follow it. It's a bear. What else am I gonna do? Not follow it?
It's your luck, man.
I would be riding it if it wasn't something I thought that the bear would.
Yeah, no, I mean, Sojo thinks the bear is friendly, so he'll follow the bear.
Bog, Harlow?
I'll climb down, follow.
Yeah, I just gotta pick myself up, get sorted. I'm not dead. I will follow the group from behind. You mean to do that?
Yeah. Harlow's a little beat up.
Yeah.
But all right, so y'all follow this bear as it lumbers off into the bamboo forest. Now it travels for a little distance, and the road it takes starts becoming quite foggy, and soon it's hard to keep it in sight. The fog becomes so dense. You also notice the vegetation around you becoming much more lush, much more verdant, much more dense and thick. It's making travel forward a little bit more difficult. You lose the road ahead of you. The bear has kind of led you off the trail, and you're traveling in heavy underbrush now, and it just seems to be getting thicker and thicker. I need you all to make either a survival or perception check for me, please. You'll be at disadvantage, except for Enid.
Ooh, over a 10.
Oh,
Somebody else rolled a 1.
me.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay. Enid, an old log. Enid, as you see this bear disappear into the fog, you swear for the briefest moment you see the shape of wings on it. As the bear disappears, a figure replaces it. But the figure has wings, and the wings are that of a vesper. You soon find the trees suddenly part for you, and you find yourselves almost stumbling into a beautiful grove, the center of which is an enormous camphor tree. Trunk hollowed out, and you can see someone clearly lives here. The tree is covered with bioluminescent moss. And you see out of one particular little knot, a hole in the tree, what looks to be something bright and green sparkling from it. Perhaps a gem, perhaps something magical, or perhaps just a piece of a bright stone. But it catches whatever moonlight there is in this little grove and seems to reflect it back 1,000 times brighter. And you see a bear. The bear kind of walk up these steps to the main living area within the trunk of this massive tree. And as it does so, you can see the bear form kind of slough off, and in its place, you see an elderly vesper.
Dope.
She stands there, and she waits for you all to follow her up the stairs.
Of course I'm following.
She invites you all to sit around a table within this little hollow of the tree. She prepares a pot of tea for each of you, like for your group. Lays out a bunch of beautiful little clay cups. She hasn't said a word yet.
Take off my shoes, like customary at home, and just sit and drink my clay cup.
See this vesper, she wears an aqua-colored robe, almost like a kimono type robe. And you see decorated on it what look to be patterns of stars and constellations. As she moves around this small little room, you can see her age. She kind of walks with a kind of bent back, and she reaches for this gnarled old staff to help her get around. But despite that, she manages to prepare a beautiful cup of tea. The aromas of lavender and rose fill this little hollow. She pours a steaming hot cup in front of each of you and sits and smiles.
Have I ever heard of Vespers living this far out?
No.
No idea. This is great. Feels like home.
And she simply looks at each of you, her gaze resting for several seconds before she moves on to the next. And you can tell by her gaze that she's evaluating you, trying to measure you up.
I'll whisper for everyone to take their shoes off. Take off your shoes.
Do we even wear shoes? Does anyone wear shoes?
Yes.
Soto doesn't wear shoes.
Oh, fine.
I think that if her gaze meets Soto's while she's measuring everybody up, he'll just say, You were the bear. Why did you help us?
She puts her cup of tea down and she begins to mouth the words, but no sound comes out. Instead, what comes out almost sounds like song of birds. And she catches herself for a moment and says, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. It has been quite some time since I spoke."
Is there an easier way to communicate? We could write if that's...
Oh, no. If you can find the patience for an old woman, then I would like the practice. It has been so long since I've had company.
While they're speaking about this, I'd like to just kind of look around the room. She has a tea set, and it's like a house. Does she have like a lot of books or like maps or things that are kind of more like sentient sort of like language and communication, or is it more animalistic the way she's living?
She does not have books here, but you see engraved into the walls of this room, into the inner wall of this trunk itself, what look to be star charts.
Interesting. Okay.
It's so rare to see someone like us outside of Datura.
Oh, you are from Datura.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, it has been quite some time since I was there. What is it like now?
It's awesome. It's magnificent. It's got so many markets and trinkets and different people from different cultures. It's a very cool place.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
It is.
What?
There's part of it here too, though.
Oh, you mean this old place?
It's magical.
She looks around and smiles. And, yes. Yes, it is.
What makes the glowing?
Life.
That's cool.
And those who would care for such things. But those who do so are quite few and far between these days. I fear I may be one of the last, if not the last, of the order.
The order?
Oh. The order of balance.
The order of balance. Never read about that.
You guys can all make a history check if you like.
I would indeed.
Yeah, you guys are tired. A couple of you guys are beat up pretty badly. And this tea is, if anything, making you pretty sleepy. You just want to sleep and just feel better in the morning. This conversation, half of it is just kind of gone over your heads. Enid, you being the most awake and least wounded here, probably. I don't think Soto got hit either, but
No, he did. He only has 11
I did.
HP right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I just hid really well.
You actually have heard of the Order of Balance. It was one of the factions in the Necromantic Wars, primarily druids, who were concerned mostly about the preservation of the Dreamwood and the creatures that lived within it. They were mostly neutral. They really just were insular and trying to protect what areas they could. But that's all you've really heard of the Order of Balance.
You don't mean in the Necromantic Wars?
Yes. It is an ancient order. One that typically hides from the sight of those perhaps not interested in seeing. But yes, we have been here this entire time. And it would seem. And you can see her reach for a knot on the interior wall of this chamber and just kind of touch it and close her eyes briefly and say, "Your Dreamwood once more is in peril."
We're on it, foretold by the stars to protect it.
When you say that, she looks at you. Who told you that?
Well, I think that there's multiple answers for that question. But the answer most appropriate, I believe, is a professor by the name of Professor Silverberry.
Her face lights up in recognition. Oh, how is my old friend? Is he well?
A little backstabby, maybe?
I'm sorry, I do not understand.
Well, let's just say that I don't know where Professor Silverberry is, and he left under not so appealing light. The jury is out as far as whether he is friend or foe.
You know Professor Silverberry?
You can see a frown come over her face when you say this, Enid, and she turns to you, Harlan, and just, yes. He and I were very close friends. Very close indeed. We shared a love for the stars and the constellations and the stories they held. It pains me to hear these words. What?
He had a telescope in his library where I lived, where I grew up.
Still has it.
Well, if it's the same one, yes. How long have you known him?
She smiles at that. I was the one who gifted him that telescope.
I'm so surprised. We're learning so much that he seems to know everyone these days. What are the chances that we'd come across you out here who knows him too? How do you know him?
So many questions.
That's what they say about me.
But I see that you are all weary from the fight. And I thank you for helping destroy those who would burn down my Dreamwood. Rest here within the boughs of this tree. You shall be safe tonight. And perhaps we can talk again tomorrow evening. It will be daylight soon, and that is typically when I take my rest. Do as you will. You are safe within my grove.
Thank you. We
What
do.
do we call you?
Pauses for a moment and it has been quite some time since I have had the need for a name. She pauses for a moment and looks around her room as if trying to search her memories as to what her name was. And they call me Celine.
Celine, I'm Enid.
A pleasure to meet you, Enid. And your friends. Most brave.
We're a little worse for wear, for sure.
Sleep. You will have nothing but pleasant dreams within this grove.
Is there anything we can give in return? And I handed a handful of berries again.
She smiles and looks over at kind of glances at a bowl sitting on a table to the side there, and you just see it filled to the brim and heaping with blueberries. I'm good on berries, thank you.
I've also got bananas
Just a bunch of fruit.
or fruit bats.
Yeah,
True.
Mango.
bananas.
Makes sense.
Keep your food. I am more than adequately fed, thank you so much. Please, there are many places to rest amongst the soft mosses here. I shall see you again tomorrow evening at twilight.
Thank
When
you
she
so
says
much.
that, Old Bog looks at Soto as if to say,
Yes.
A lot of time, yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I was thinking
We
that.
gotta get going.
She looks at you, Old Bog, and says, "You are in a rush."
Yep.
Where do you need to rush to?
Old Bog looks over at Soto.
The rushes of my doing. My daughter is missing. We need to get to an ancient waterfall. That is where we were en route to before that battle occurred.
Do you mean Koji's waterfall?
Yes.
We do.
How did you know?
She smiles at you. It was foretold by the stars.
You'd like our friend
Ah.
Kismet.
It's rest well. You are in no shape to go rushing off and without rest first. And we could talk about your need for urgency tomorrow at twilight. I may have something that can help in that regard.
I suppose I have to trust you on that.
Very well. Please help yourself to the blueberries. They shall sustain you for the day. The single berry will. I will retire now and have yourself a pleasant rest then. And you can see her get up, pull herself up with a bit of a groan, and you can hear some bones creaking. And she kind of hobbles over to a very steep looking ladder with the help of her staff. She just kind of, one rung at a time, just kind of climbs up this ladder up into a loft area.
Soto, are you
Yes.
okay with this?
He's going to sigh and say, not particularly, but she is right. I'm already exhausted. I can't keep going like this. It would do well for us to rest.
Have a berry, and I'll shove it in his mouth.
It's really good. It is a good berry. So, you guys take your rest here, or do you want to try and leave the grove and continue on in your journey?
Arlo is like falling asleep where she's sitting, trying really hard to pay attention to what you guys are saying, but like, I have 5 hit points. I've had a bit of a day. We've been running for a while, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
The choice is yours, Soto.
No, we need to rest here. Harlow already went down, and I don't need any more of you getting injured or harmed before we're set to go. Let us rest here.
We'll find a way.
You're just going to see a really nervous look over his face. Like, he's nodding, but he's like, trying to trust you.
All right. So, you guys are free to take a long rest. You can relieve yourself of that point of exhaustion. Is there anything else you would like to do while you're in this beautiful grove?
Yes. Are you kidding? I am reading every single astrological book in here.
There's no books. They're
charts.
just the charts.
Whatever.
Okay.
Anything
Can
I possibly
you make
can.
an Arcana check for me, please? And since this is your field of study, I'll give you advantage. Oh my god. Okay.
Wow.
It's the same
Okay.
as Silverberry's book. Can I get Kokoro to just copy all of them
I
down?
gave you advantage. You only rolled once, right? Oh,
I
no.
rolled twice. One was
She
a
rolled
2,
twice.
one was a 4.
Yeah.
It's been a long day, Enid. Perhaps, I mean, the charts that are engraved within these walls are expansive, and you're trying to make sense of them. You can follow a few of the constellations written there or engraved. You notice that some of them seem quite recently engraved into the walls. I will say, even with a 7, you do notice that there is one section of her wall that seems to be more important than the others. You can't understand what's going on there, but there is a pattern there. You just cannot unlock it now in this fatigued state at the end of the day. It's just too much to understand, but it does seem significant.
Oh. I'm gonna eat like 5 berries.
You'd be so constipated in the morning.
It's
Oh
fine.
my gosh.
It's fine. I haven't had berries like this since home. It's wonderful. And then if Harlow's still awake, if she's not, I'll nudge her a little bit. This is important.
What happened? Yeah.
I'm so sorry to wake you, darling. I don't know. Today felt very jaunty. I don't know about you, but didn't get hit. It's pretty nice walking through the forest. Didn't get tired at all. Do you believe that it would be a proper choice to share Silverberry's book with Celine?
I don't know. I think it depends on whether we trust Silverberry, right? Like, I don't know what his intentions are. He definitely lied to us about a lot of things. I don't know if he's good or bad or neither. Do we want her to have more information? If she's, aligned with Silverberry? We could ask her if she knows anything about what he worked on, or if they worked on things together and maybe play it by ear, I guess.
I think that's the thing about truth and falsity, right? There's always 2 sides. What might be false to us might be true to Silverberry. So therefore, under his perspective, there never was untruth. It's hard to determine what is right from wrong and true from false, and because these are opposing monolith of ideas, but that's not what really exists.
Well, I don't know. I guess that you have a good point. Growing up, I was always taught to find answers, but it seems like all of the masters kept a lot of things to themselves. Does that mean they're bad? Or does it mean that they value knowledge so much that, I don't know, they see it as power, and sharing it means you're giving some away? Is that bad? Is that good? It's complicated. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I think it seems like she hasn't spoken to him in a while, at the very least.
Doesn't seem like she's spoken to anyone in a while.
Yeah. Well, she said she'd talk to us more and maybe help us tomorrow if we stay that long.
I worry about Soda's child.
Yeah. I wanted to say that, we were in a rush, but it sounds like, I don't know. She said that she'd talk to us about the urgency of our travel. I don't know if that means she has something that will help but it seemed like she was implying that. I hope that she can help. She knew where we were going right away. Everything seems so connected. It seems, we're told by the stars. If it is, she's the one who'd know. She knows the stars, apparently.
Yes, but doesn't Silverberry know the stars? Don't I know the stars? It seems that the stars may tell different stories to different people.
It's true, but so far, what I've learned, what I've observed, is that regardless of what people's intentions have been, certain things seem to be meant to happen.
In what regard?
Well, people coming together, us coming together, finding each other. A lot of the people that have been a part of that either were against it or for it or whatever, but everything that's happened, we've gotten closer to what was foretold or what we thought we were supposed to be doing. And we've been brought together with all these other people that we had no idea were connected, but are. We found this mouse. Kieran knew my dad. Like, it just seems like we don't need to trust her as a person or what her intentions are for us, but I think we can trust that being here is beneficial to our goals in this.
Can I admit something to you?
Sure.
I'd like to stay. Despite everything against us, despite knowing the urgency and I care for that bird. As little interaction as we've had, I want her to be safe. But something about here feels like home. Good, bad, whatever, it does make me feel bad. But maybe that's the point, is that nothing is either side and is just a big ol' berry bowl of everything.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We've been through a lot. I can understand wanting to be somewhere that reminds you of home. I wanted to talk to you anyway. When we went to see Kieran, I know you had a lot of stuff you wanted to accomplish, and then I was really excited to find something about my parents, and I feel like I kind of took over the situation, and I wanted to check in with you how you're feeling, because I don't feel like you got really a chance to say goodbye to Kieran that much, or that I asked you if you were okay, and I kind of feel bad about that now.
Arlo, I said goodbye to Kieran many years ago. Yes, I was able to see them in a new light. And again, with this good or bad, or Kieran wasn't inherently evil, and things don't always appear as they were. And if any grief is had, it's that I spent so much time ascribing that definition to them, evil. But no, we've been going so quickly, I don't know if I've even fully accepted or addressed how I feel about the situation. But I have this. And I intend to do some work with
Okay.
it.
Well, I hope that you can figure it out, whatever it is you need to. And I'm glad you're okay so far.
I appreciate you looking out for me. We've been quite far together.
Yeah, we have. We've been as far together as I've ever been alone. Well, I appreciate you doing that for me too. I know when we showed up in the copper vat and I asked you to come with me, I don't think I understood yet what I was really asking of you. This is a lot. And I don't think I don't know, it wasn't really fair. But I'm really glad that you're here still.
As am I. In the way that I'm grateful that you're here, and I guess you can be a little bit grateful that I'm here. I don't. It's very exciting that this mouse. I wish I had more to contribute in your discoveries with it. I won't even let me touch it, and I'll try to.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him out and see what he does.
You let the mouse out.
Yeah, I bring him.
Do you put him in your hand or on the table, or what do you?
Yeah, I bring him out, kind of between me and Enid, and I think of the mouse as potentially someone, maybe not, but I'm giving it a second to see how it reacts if it has a big reaction to just being brought out.
So as it sits in your hand, you can just see it kind of stand on its hind legs, just kind of sniffing the air quickly. You can see its little whiskers quivering as it gets accustomed to where it is. And then it tries to scamper away. You try and catch it.
I'm gonna follow it.
Okay. I need you to make a survival check to try and... Please do it with disadvantage. You have not had your rest yet.
Okay.
I'll also pull up Mage Hand in case I need to grab it.
All right. The 14, you're able to watch it as it scampers quickly down the stairs, around the corner, and into that little hollow at the base of the tree.
Okay. I'm gonna go in there as well and see. I'm gonna be like, Enid, come on, let's see what.
I feel like we're in our pajamas, just having a little Christmas morning.
I'm running down with still a pillow in my hand, Enid!
Yeah, let's go.
It's in there.
All right. This looks like it is a guest bedroom of sorts. There's a nicely made up bed, although it's quite apparent that nobody has stayed there quite some time, although it is still immaculately kept. There's no layer of dust on anything, or it's kind of freaky in a sense, though, that this woman has a guest bedroom but she has had no guests. But you see the little mouse kind of jump up onto the bed and scamper right up to the headboard, this beautiful carved wooden headboard. And you see it sniffing at it.
Can I inspect the headboard to see if there are any markings or anything unusual about it?
You look at where mouse is sniffing, and you see etched into the bottom corner of the headboard, tiny dragonfly.
Enid! Enid!
Oh! Well, that's interesting.
I like pull out my workbook. I'm like sketching it the same way as I see it here with the like mouse gadget, the way that it's like sniffing at it. And I'm gonna like get in really close and I'm gonna say, Mouse Dad, did you make this? What is happening? Oh my God. This is so cool. This is crazy. Celine knows my dad. Silverberry knows my dad. Everybody knows my dad except me. Shit. This is so unfair.
Did you just curse?
Yeah, why not? I'm a grown-up. I can do what I want. I can do what I want.
I never said you couldn't. It's not something I've ever heard you say before.
Well, mostly good things happen to me, Enid.
Well, lucky you, I guess.
Well, you just had a great day, and I got hit by fireballs, so I don't know who's talking now.
Just to be clear, this dragonfly, you are associating it with your father?
Yes, so, and I'm gonna like flip in my sketchbook to kind of show you originally. So the dragonfly, I think, is my father's maker's mark. He drew it on the genealogy. He called my mother his dragonfly, and he's put it on the mouse. I have this dragonfly. Edvin told me that it came from the islands out where my parents were, where I was found back when I thought that they died out on the islands, and that Professor Copras like found me out there. And now I found out that they went on a whole thing. My dad was this amazing tinkerer who like helped everyone out, and Professor Zuko told me that this like is what he did, and this is his mark, and this is his handwriting. So I know that he drew this. This is the same here as he drew on all his other stuff. So I guess he's been here too.
There's a pattern in the things with the dragonflies, if I'm correct, that they are some form of invention, and I'm wondering what about this headboard is an invention?
It could be an invention, or it could just be a mark that he was here or she was here, or they were associated. Can I inspect the headboard and see if there's anything like gadgety about it?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check or Tinkerer's Tools check.
Okay. 4. I don't get to do Tinker's Tools very often. Disadvantage, right?
Yeah, because of your exhaustion still.
All good.
Wow. Yeah, you searched this headboard up and down. No sign of gadgetry here. It's just this little engraved. It looked like somebody almost looked like a penknife almost, and just delicately engraved dragonfly.
Yeah, to my eye, I don't see anything built. I don't see any machinery or anything like that. It seems like just a marking, an identifier.
Does it seem, just like over the table, that the timelines would coincide with like how long it looks like since someone's been here and about the time that Harlow's parents disappeared?
Yeah, I'll say without Tinker's Tool check, you can tell that engraving is old. It's been there for quite some time. It seems kind of worn down even over the years, but yeah, certainly not fresh.
So the genealogy was fresh, but this has been here a long time. So maybe, like, Celine, she knows Silverberry, but maybe hasn't seen him in a long time. Apparently, maybe my parents as well. I only have more questions now. Maybe we should like tell everybody else what's going on.
Many heads are better than one.
We're gonna get up there and they're both gonna be like, what are you talking about? These dragonflies are everywhere. They're on everything I own my whole entire life. And then we're gonna have even more questions. Okay, let's go.
We'll march back up to bed.
Yeah.
Do I have time to cast Identify and then still have 8 hours of sleep?
Yeah,
Identify.
sure.
I just want to cast Identify on Kieran's quill.
Okay. When you cast Identify on the quill, you hold it in your hands, you look at it. It's a simple feather quill, very ordinary, nothing visually different about it. And as you try to attune to any sort of magical properties within it, nothing comes back. It is simply a quill.
Just a quill. There's no Kieran smell on it.
With the Identified spell, you can certainly tell that it did belong to Kieran.
Yeah.
But there's no magical properties associated with it. It was probably one of her favorite quills, but that's about it.
That's great. I'm gonna not cry in the corner and fall asleep.
All right. Soto and Old Bog, is there something you would like to do the night of your long rest?
Depends if Old Bog goes to sleep really fast or not.
Old Bog mutters something like "Tea goes right through me," and wanders outside to take a leak, and then and then at some point he comes back in and just collapses.
All right, never mind. I'll save it for next time.
All right. So go ahead and take your long rest.
I clicked mine already. I was a delinquent.
And I think I'm going to end it there tonight.
Okay.
Because the next little bit, I imagine you guys have a lot of questions. That might take a little bit of time to resolve. So we'll do that next session, and hopefully Kokoro will be able to join us for that as well, because this will impact all of you. You guys are at the cusp of figuring out what the hell is going on.
Just as we're going to bed, like, can I, not as like a more actions, but before I fall asleep, I want to just take the mouse out and like tell it every single thing that happened that whole day and like everything that everyone said, and like basically I wanted to know everything about my life at all times.
It's a diary.
It might be my dad. It's possible it might be my dad. My dad's soul might be in there, or my mom, or anybody, somebody, but it's my friend now, and it needs to know everything forever, and I don't have any parents.
Can you make an insight check for me, please?
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's funny. It might be my dad. Somebody in there.
Are you my dad?
Oh, I didn't do disadvantage, so I'm just gonna roll it a second time.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Normal.
Yep.
All right. As you're falling asleep, just recounting everything that's happened to you, trying to start using this constructed mouse as kind of like a pseudo living journal almost.
Yeah.
It's just kind of sitting on your chest, looking at you, just not moving, just kind of sitting on its haunches, looking at you. You can just see its whiskers kind of twitch every once in a while, but the green emerald eyes never leave your face as it listens intently to everything you say. And with that 17, you feel as though someone or something is really listening to you.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a kiss on the head at the end and say, "I love you, good night, Dad Mouse," and put it back away in my bag.
Good night, Dad Mouse.
All right, that's where we'll end it tonight then. Thanks a lot for those of you who might be watching, and we'll this will be posted up on our YouTube channel in a week with the video on demand, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Bye.